As we all know, President Trump is destroying this country. He doesn't have a clue with what he's doing for the economy and the tariffs. One minute he gonna do the tariffs, the next minute, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do the tariffs. I'm not gonna do the tariffs. I'm gonna pause it, give 30 days. It may be more. He can't even let people know while he doing an interview. They asking him, listen, what you gonna do, man, so the businesses can be prepared? What's the goal with the tariffs? What you gonna do? I may do this. This is Trump's response. President Trump's response say, I may do this. I may not do this. You know, it's like he don't have a clue. But the sad thing is he playing with the lives of American citizens because that's who it's going to hurt. In an interview that President Trump did, he said, man, stop complaining about the price of eggs. What kind of president going to tell the American people to stop complaining about the price of eggs? Is that presidential? What kind of president is going to tell his people to stop complaining about the price of eggs? Why would a president tell American citizens that? I know what kind of president would do that, and that's a president who does not care about the American people. So, as President Trump and Elon Musk, they doing all these cutting jobs and all that, I'm going to tell you about the governor of Maryland. Governor Wes Moore has came up with a plan to help the federal workers that's losing jobs in his state. So this can be an example to other states can follow suit, you know, do the same thing. But Governor Wes Moore has set up a plan to help those federal workers in his state, which is probably about like 10,000 federal employees. We're going to help them get jobs. And, you know, he got a whole website where they can go through where he can, you know, with housing, employment, and other assistance. You know why? Because that's obvious that Governor Wes Moore cares about the American citizens. He cares about his people. He not haphazardly doing something to say, oh, I'm going to show them that I'm bad. I'm going to put the 25% tariffs. That's President Trump, who doesn't have a clue, man, what he's doing. But he done woke up some people because Canada, Mexico, and China is hitting us back. And we all going to hurt. He not going to hurt, him and his billionaire friends, but we going to hurt, man. And American businesses will hurt. This is another example, man, of how President Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He don't have a clue. He was complaining about the transgender mice. President Trump thought that the mice were transgender. So, he tried to rally up his followers and say, they even have the mice transgender. No, it's transgenetic, man. These are mice in the lab, and they just shoot some stuff in their DNA. It's about that. It's transgenetic. Transgenic is the proper word. It's not transgender, President Trump. Come on, man. Do your research, do your due diligence before you come on TV expressing some things. Those who've been keeping up with Canada had an election yesterday where Trudeau, resigned, and now they got another prime minister. And the prime minister for Canada now is Mark Carney. Mark Carney is the new prime minister for Canada. And he let it be known that he ain't going to let the United States, Donald Trump, or anybody else bully his people. He said he not having it. So he going to continue the fight that Trudeau was having for his people. And that's one thing about Canada, if you was listening to their speech, is they were concerned about the citizens of Canada. Right now, we got a president that has not been showing concern, have not done one thing for the American people. Not one thing. Alex in the house, my man Alex. Alex said, go Trump. Okay. But you can say go Trump all you want. Trump ain't did nothing for you and don't plan to do nothing for you. Listen, there's trouble in the House. There's trouble in Trump's team. Elon Musk and Marco Rubio, they going back and forth. They arguing about who can fire the most people, man. Trump's is turmoil in Trump's team, man. Elon Musk and Marco Rubio are arguing about who this and Elon trying to big boy Marco Rubio. They said it was a heated argument in there. And guess what? They said President Trump actually demoted Elon Musk and told him, said, listen, man, your role is just going to be that of advisor. So put down that chainsaw that you got and zzz and all that. So it's trouble in Trump's team, man. From Trump on down, man. It's chaos in the White House right now. That's because Trump does not have a clue what he's doing. He's trying to run the country like an organized crime organization, which don't make no sense. There were protesters at the Capitol the other day. They protested because they said, man, he's running this country into the ground. He don't care about the veterans. He don't care about federal workers. President Trump is bad for the country, and that's a fact. President Trump is bad for the country, man. The stock market, for those who saying go Trump and all that, the stock market is evidence. It's still going down because he don't know what he's doing. Make America great again. How are you making it great when you study tearing this country down with your policies, man? Do your research before you try to run out and I'm gonna sign this order. YMH, why you don't have a picture, man? You run your mouth, but put a picture up on your profile. You say get off the plantation. I think that's what you on the plantation, man. I got my eyes open clear. I can see. And I'm not following somebody that say, if you disagree with me, I'm going to oust you. I'm going to come attack my opponents. That's Trump. You can't even disagree with him, man. That's what you call a plantation, not what I'm doing, because I see clearly. Disagree with him and you'll see what he about. That's why y'all don't disagree with anything he do. He'll change tomorrow and y'all would change tomorrow because y'all not allowed to think freely. That's a plantation. Not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is thinking free, thinking outside the box. I'm not a Trumpette to follow everything that he does. And it's obvious. The world will see. America can see. Even Republicans can see. And they have complaints about President Trump because all that he's doing. Student of the game. Did you buy some eggs? You want to say, go buy some eggs. Instead of just coming out here with all that saying, just admit you made a mistake, man, by voting for this clown. You made a mistake by voting for this clown who does not care about you, your family, or any American citizens for that matter. And they don't care because you keep saying, go Trump, and yeah, Trump's the greatest. He don't care nothing about you, period. That's why he's not making no executive order to help you. But he'll make all these executive orders to give the billionaires tax breaks, to do this, to do that. What executive order did he do to help the American citizens? None. Because he don't care nothing about American citizens. My man, you didn't vote? Wow. Either way, whether you voted or not, we're going to feel the pain. The stock market is down, so those who say, well, the stock market is good, and that will affect your 401ks, man. It will affect some of y'all retirements. So don't act like it ain't affecting nobody. What President Trump is doing is affecting Americans. It's affecting their retirement. It's going to affect their savings. That's what it's going to do. I appreciate that, not fear. Welcome in the house. I'm just saying, man, open your eyes, man, and see what he's doing. Right now, it's not about Democrat and Republican, man. It's about student of the game. You said, I don't trust none of them. I'm with you on that, man, because of the history. I'm with you on that. The student of the game said, I don't trust none of them. And you got a good point, student of the game. You got an excellent point. But what I'm saying right now, who we have in the house is terrible. And his actions with these tariff wars, you pump faking. That's like running up on somebody and act like you're going to punch them. Okay, China, Canada, and Mexico responding to that. You can't run up on somebody, act like you want to fight, like you want their smoke, and then when they stand up, you trying to back down. That's my thing. We got a bully in the house that he causing trouble, not only with our enemies. I can understand. I ain't even gonna say I understand with the enemies, but not even with the enemies. He causing trouble with our friends. You got somebody that got your back anytime something happened in Canada and you want to attack them first. He could have held a meeting behind closed doors to handle Canada, and everything probably would have worked out differently. But now you got Canada up in arms. As far as this tariff war, they putting tariffs on us. And they're like, what? We're not going to be a 51st state, is what Canada's saying. We're not going to be a 51st state. My man, left wing, right wing, same bird. That's a fact. Now that is a fact. It don't matter. It's all the same bird. As far as this politics stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, and what I've been speaking about, and trying to make people aware that right now, the democracy, whatever we have here, the democracy, whatever we have here in this country is in jeopardy. We got a constitution that's not being honored in some instances. It's crazy. Right. It doesn't matter who we voted for. We all gonna feel this stuff, man. We all gonna feel this. When I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna pay the same price as you. You gonna pay the same price as me, man. And then, like, you know, some people celebrating, saying, we got the majority, we won, yay, we won. The problem is with that attitude is that we all gonna lose, man. That's why you need some people with Trump to say, like, nah, don't do that now. That's a little bit too much. But at this point, we don't have nobody, because him and President Trump and Elon Musk, they feel like they can do anything. Especially Musk, because Musk is a billionaire. Who do Elon Musk answer to? Nobody. Trump feel probably the same way. So you got two people feel like they don't answer to nobody. They might mess around and do anything. They say, yeah, right. Okay. Listen, it's crazy, man. We can't nobody say nothing to Trump. That's my point. Can't nobody say nothing to him. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, man, because you got to be open. And this is the reason, because you're dealing with American citizens. This is a melting pot. But Trump only speaks to those who support him. You got to realize there's people on both sides. The next few years are going to be different, man. The rules didn't change right now. The rules to the game has changed. So my advice to anybody is get your house in order. Listen, I want to ask y'all, you know, out there, man, have y'all heard of Maryland's Governor Westmore? This is what Governor Westmore did. Governor Westmore came up with a plan to how to help the federal workers that got fired. In his state, I think he said it was about 10,000 federal employees that was affected by Trump and Elon Musk firing. So he came up with a program to help these individuals with housing, employment, different assistance. He got a whole website he created for them, man. Check out, if you have not checked him out yet, Governor Westmore and the plan that he got to help them federal employees who lost their job. To me, what that is an example of, two, first is an example how other states can help their federal employees by following his example. And then number two, man, how he's showing how he care about American citizens is an example to our own president, President Trump. When we do stuff, especially when you're a public servant, governor, mayor, any leadership type role, you got to think about the people that you represent. To me, it's like President Trump has not been thinking about the people that he represents. That's all Americans. President Trump has to think about all Americans, man. I want to welcome everybody that's in the live right now. I welcome y'all. And what I'm talking about is President Trump is trouble in his house. They got Elon Musk and Marco Rubio. Richard Davis said, let everyone take advantage from someone in their car. Let everyone take advice from someone in their car. Hey, but you here though? Why you here? You must be coming to get something. You thought that was supposed to be a diss. You here, and I appreciate you, man. State your, bring something to the table. The issue is Elon Musk and Marco Rubio had a falling out at the last meeting. They arguing about who can fire the most people. I fired this many people. Marco Rubio was like, I laid this many people off. Somebody said, EC said, where's my DOGE check? You ain't getting no check, my brother. You ain't getting no check. Just don't send my money to Ukraine. Give me my DOGE $5,000 refund. Okay. He said he wanted that. My man said he wanted that $5,000, man. They said they recover all this money. They said they said that is a smoke screen. But let me say this real quick. They say they done recovered all this money. Go ahead, do something for the American people then. A lot of that is, as the brother on here said, smoke screen. Is a smoke screen to justify all that they doing. And if y'all know it or not, I don't know if y'all been keeping up. Some of them DOGE employees asking for a raise. Some of the ones that's making 100,000, man, they want that real money. They said we need like 6 figures. Not just 100,000. They want up in the 6, like 500,000, 600,000. EC said, do something for us men paying child support. What you want them to do, because we're supposed to take care of our kids. But I want to hear what's your thoughts. What do you want them to do about that? EC, I'll wait for you. But as I was saying, it said, give me my DOGE check. As I was saying, man, President Trump, man, is taking this country into the ground. Y'all been keeping up. Student of the game said, pay for your kids, bro. Exactly. The stock market is going in the ground. The prices of eggs and chicken, because somebody said earlier on another thing I was on, they said the prices in their city are lower. But I told them, I said, the stock market for all of us is down. And that stock market going to affect your 401k and your retirement. So Trump got to do something better than what he's doing, man. Listen, man, the stock market got a lot to do with it because people rely on that. That's why people are involved in the stock market. When the stock market is good, President Trump always brag about the stock market. Look at the stock market. We're doing good. Put some money in XRP. Okay. What you in the crypto, huh? I don't get paid by nobody. I'm speaking from the heart, man. Shady Box. Are you a MAGA spy? Shady Box? That's my response to your question. You said, am I getting paid by Dems? I said no. And I'm asking you, Shady Box, are you a MAGA, undercover MAGA? Or are you a MAGA? What are you? Identify yourself before you come here asking me who I am. You come in here, you identify yourself. The name says it all. Student of the game. But what I want to say, man, I just want people to wake up, man, understand that so far, President Trump has done nothing for the American people. I remember when he ran, he said on day one, I'm gonna do things to help the price of to help the economy, basically is what he was saying. And eggs was basically the topic. So he was saying that he was going to help the prices of eggs. Did not happen. Tells me everything. Your response tells me everything, Shady Box. Shady Box, so that was a EC, that was a dividends stock. Hold it for 10 years. The average American might not be able to afford to hold something for 10 years. Or at least they think they can in their mind. So that was good what you said. Those who smart enough to do it, they probably can hold that for 10 years. But every American, those who live in check to check, they probably will not be able to do it. Yeah, and you said go to co-op, eggs are cheaper. Yeah, I know locally here, people go on base and get stuff, a lot cheaper. But what I'm saying, gas is still high. You got a place to go get the gas? Because gas is higher also. Let the people know where you're getting gas from that's going to be cheaper and help the people out. You said, Scott Knight, welcome in. You said people who got a lot of money and they save and put in a CD, it would draw more interest. Okay. But don't that fluctuate? Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper. My man said Costco and Sam's Club's gas is cheaper. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper. Don't you got to have a card, a membership for those to get gas at those places? So I want to tell y'all, man, if y'all have not heard, they say Elon Musk has been demoted. Did y'all know that? Elon Musk has been officially demoted. Let me tell y'all what happened. Elon Musk, and basically Elon Musk was big boying Marco Rubio probably, but they said they had a heated conversation at that meeting they called the other day. And they was arguing about who firing or who can fire the most people because Elon Musk feel like Marco Rubio is not firing enough people. So after that was going on, they said Trump had to come in and tell Elon, listen, man, your responsibilities are now just going to be advising. Let them do what they do. But as we all know, Trump would change in a heartbeat. Trump would change in a heartbeat. But right now, Elon Musk has been demoted and he's supposed to be just an advisor, according to, my source. According to my source. I got sources too. But it's crazy, man. And Scott Knight said they need to kick Elon Musk out the country. Listen, man, Elon Musk is tearing this country up. Elon Musk probably got his own agenda that Trump don't know nothing about, and he gonna milk this cow as long as he can milk it. They say, I'm taking all my money out of the bank and putting it back under the mattress. I hope you don't have no, excuse me. I hope you don't have no fire, my brother. Put it in the metal safe. Make sure your money is in one of them metal safes that's fireproof, man. Because it's okay to have your money in the house if that's what you want to do. But you also got to consider robbers, you know. Don't let people know that that's where it's at. So be careful with your money, man. And I understand your concerns, but make sure you have your money in one of them metal boxes in case you have a little minor fire or a major fire. You said Trump and his wife are fighting. Yeah, probably so. And yet somebody EC spoke about buy silver or gold. Yeah, that's the thing. But you got to already be in position to be able to do this stuff that y'all are saying. This is good stuff that y'all bringing up. Investing money, putting it, buying silver and gold. But what about the people who are living check to check? Anybody got some advice for the people who are living check to check? And don't forget, let's not forget, y'all, President Trump is going to put them tariffs on starting April 2nd. And when he put these tariffs on, the price is going to go up even higher. Because who paid for the tariffs? American citizens, us. Tanisha Washington, what's up? Welcome to the live. You said you live in check to check. But student of the game, you saying put 10% away. What about people who are living check to check and they don't see 10% in their mind? What's your advice to them? If you live from check to check, find your lowest bill, pay it off. Hold on, this sounds some good. Scott, it say if you live check to check, find your lowest bill, pay it off, and start on the next one. Yeah. Okay. Man, y'all take this advice we getting. We got money on this. We got money on this live right now, man. Y'all talking some good stuff, man. I would use some of them tips. Y'all talking some good stuff, man. 10%. Listen, I'm gonna throw this tip in there for anybody thinking about saving. If you save $15 a week, if you're able to do that, man, it will help. In 2 weeks, you got $30. In a month, you got $60. It ain't much, but you save a little bit per week if you can. And I understand, you know, times is hard. It's going to get harder. Time's going to get a lot harder. Woo, my man gave us game on that silver. He said that every paycheck buy 1 ounce of silver, $27. My man, you giving good game. I just got a quick question. Let the people know, where do they buy this silver or this gold at? Where? Help us out. Where do you buy that? Some people remember this too, though, sir. Tanisha said, I have 12 stocks I started. Okay, good job. I want to say this, right? I got to say this, man. Be careful with where you invest your money at, because some people are only in it to take your money. So be careful with that. I appreciate that. Cut back on bad habits. And that was some good stuff, Scott. Cut back on bad habits, smoking cigarettes, buying sodas. So we got to make some sacrifices. Listen, the way things are going right now, and I'm piggybacking off of what Scott said, we are going to have to make some sacrifices, man. Them extra cookies that you like, them cigarettes maybe. I'm not going to tell you to quit cold turkey. You may have to cut back, man. Cigarettes so high, I'm glad I don't smoke. That's a bill by itself. Put yours down for the goal. Can only be met if you see them, so you can go. Okay, you got to see the goal. I got you. You got to see the goal before you can actually reach it. Man, all this is good stuff, but I just want y'all, man, to be prepared and understand that we in some dark times. And it's only, excuse me, y'all, it's only going to get darker. I want to tell y'all too. I know I said it earlier, but for those who may have just came on, Canada got a new prime minister. Trudeau is not the prime minister of Canada any longer. They had an election yesterday. So what is it? Is Mark Carney is now the prime minister of Canada. And he said that he's going to continue to fight against President Trump. He's not going to let them big boy him. It ain't going to be no 51st state or none of that. So we got to keep our eyes out for that. Keep our eyes out for China, and also keep our eyes out for Mexico, because these automobiles, because of the parts that come from Mexico, these automobiles going to go up. In some instances, they say the prices of cars will go up as high as $12,000. So we into some serious times. So we ain't gonna have no choice but to do some of the stuff that y'all talking about here on this live, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But let me throw this funny thing in about y'all president. Let me throw this funny thing in about y'all president. President Trump was complaining about the transgender mice. President Trump was complaining about the transgender mice. In his mind, in President Trump's mind, he was thinking that the mice were transgender, like you got transgender human beings. Listen, man, the mice are they're called transgenic because they're splicing it. You'll put DNA into them. They're splicing genes. That's all it means. They're not paying for no transgender mice. These transgenic mice. And these mice are in the lab. They splicing them. They doing the research for them. So for those, if you ever hear Trump or anybody talking about the transgender mice, ain't no transgender mice, man. Transgenic mice. Transgenic mice. Let me read EC. Yeah, some people can go in trucking. That gas gonna go up too, so you're really going to make money even with the trucking. Everybody's going to be affected with this Trump tariffs and all that's going on. Everybody. Truckers, you're going to have to put more money, and trucking is good money. I got a couple cousins that do that trucking thing. Good business. But you got to put more money in that gas tank. Man, y'all giving game. Scott, you laying it down, man. I can't read the whole thing that you're saying, but y'all laying it down, man, about how to get money. That's what I'm talking about. Right now today, man, it should be called free game, because these people giving us free game. He say he make 100K. Well, some of that's going to be, when these tariffs kick in next month, some of that money is going to go into your gas tank. But that's what's up, man. At this stage, I can't really do the trucking, because I can't be away from the home all that time. But that's what's up, man, that trucking thing. Right. That's the thing. But that's always been my concept, Scott. Focus on the things we need, not the things we want, man. And some of us don't know the difference. And when I say the difference, I mean the difference between wants and needs. So we do need to focus on the things that we need, not want. Because sometimes I be wanting ice cream, I want some cookies, I want that extra stuff sometimes. But we're going to get to the point to where we're sacrificing and focus on our needs instead of our wants, man. Let me go through these comments. South Jersey in the house. You Camden, Trenton? What are you talking about, South Jersey? Where you at, man? But that's what they do. Let me go back to Miss Washington. That's how they do. They want to take sound bites and say transgender, uh, the transgender mice is out of hand. The transgender, they invest in all this money. No, it's transgenic mice. These are test mice. Thank you for that advice. See, I confirm that I haven't met any trans mice. Okay. The golden, the golden geek, what's up? Welcome in, man. Golden geek, welcome. Welcome in the house. Appreciate you. For certain diseases. Right. Is that who said that? Student of the game. Yeah, you're both right, man. That's exactly what they doing. These are tests, they in a lab. Buying bulk is cheaper. Listen, man, for those who in position to buy bulk, buy bulk. For those who are in position to buy bulk, do your thing, buy in bulk. But some people, when you got pennies, you can only spend pennies. When you got dollars, you can only spend dollars. And that's the problem, but that's the goal, man. And if we was thinking about this earlier, I always thought about this, like if families can get together, do the grocery shopping as a family, and then we break it off and go take it to our different places from there. That would be the key. We would be able to buy in bulk because bulk is cheaper. But when I got pennies, you got pennies, the goal should be for us to put our pennies together and then, we can see the outcome. Thank you, Miss Washington. I appreciate all y'all, man, coming in here. But my thing is, man, Trump, listen to me. Trump is acting as if he doesn't care about anybody but Trump, his family, and his billionaire buddies. You got to make decisions. President Trump needs or should make decisions based on the good of the country. The situation we shouldn't even be in. Beefing with all these people all at once. That's crazy. We can't fight the world. We shouldn't be wanting to fight the world. We should be wanting to defend our country in case something jump off. But the way we doing right now is we starting so many fights, we don't know what to come. We create so many enemies, we don't know what might come. Lord, hope we don't get no terrorist attacks. But we creating all these problems, man. Items will be the paying for the name. Listen, Scott, boy, you slapped me in the face with that. My man Scott, listen, man. The name brand, for one, I can't afford it. So I'm not even trying to afford it. I'm not going to go the extra mile to get no name brand. Scott said the name brand is what's getting us. Man, if I get a jean, it ain't gonna be no name brand. If I get a shirt, like a shirt I got on, it ain't no name brand. Yeah, and that's what he gonna do, Scott. You said Trump want to fill his pockets. Man, this one gonna be one of the biggest money grabs known to man. Cause that's what it's about. It's about the money. And that's why you gotta fire these people, grab this money, and go. They grabbing this money and they going. So like you said, Scott, you said in the 4 years, he gonna fill his pockets. Okay, you said, but he just trying to put us in a position where we all can get along. I appreciate where you're coming from, but I'm gonna just share this. To me, you don't have to be a bully. A bully's goal is not seeking peace. He's a bully. Inside, he may be afraid, and that's one of his defense mechanisms. but that would not help if you're looking for peace. So I'm not sure if you said he's just trying to put us in a position where we all can get along. And ain't nobody bullying nobody. That's what he's doing, trying to make peace. I don't know if he's trying to make peace or not, though. I'm so glad that the deportations. I'm still reading your thing. You say, I'm so glad that the deportation, that's the best thing he could have did. The wall was the best thing he could have did. Let me ask you this, though, Miss Washington, when you talk about deportation, because it is a thing called, immigration reform. Keep that in mind. Do you agree with him just grabbing families that been here, some of them born here, and when you're born here, you're a citizen, splitting up families? What's your thought about that? Or could it have been handled in another way? I'm going to give you a chance to respond, Ms. Washington. Paul said, make deportation great again. If that was your loved ones, you probably wouldn't be saying that, though, my man. Deport the family together. Y'all rough, man. Hey, y'all rough, man. I'm gonna have to politely disagree with y'all, man. Because it's programs. Those who are here doing right, working, I say work with them too, man. Mexicans or, immigrants or whatever you want to call them that are here doing right, man, work with them people, man. Because when it comes to us, whatever it is, we're going to want somebody to work with us too. Hey, Pele, you said Canada ain't playing. I saw that, man. They just elected the new prime minister. He said, I'm following in the footsteps of Trudeau. We ain't playing. Matter of fact, they not even visiting the U.S. They done boycotted us. My family ain't border hopper, my man. Okay, but we can point at somebody else wrong. We got some wrong too, man. Even American citizens here. So let's not point at them as if they're all bad. It's okay, Paul, you said, kids, you are perfect the way God made you. Okay. Listen, man, I'm cool with that. But you think I got an issue with them? Because they different? And Paul, I'm with you. You said kids are perfect, whether you born a male, okay, boom, boom. But what if somebody who feel otherwise? What you want to do to them? You want to kill them? What you want to do? Boy, y'all ain't playing. Y'all like, get them out of here. I disagree with that, man. My thing is, my thing would be, work with these individuals, man. Seek immigration reform. For the clowns, okay, get rid of the clowns. You want to be over here committing crimes? Okay, I'm with that. I'm going to give y'all that. But if you over here trying to work your behind off, taking care of your family, you done saw the light, do immigration reform for those individuals, man. I don't agree with Trump on that. I don't agree with some of y'all that's saying it. I don't agree with y'all on that. Not at all. That's crazy. Give these people a fighting chance, man. Give these people a fighting chance. Like if your back was against the wall, you would want somebody to give you a fighting chance as well. But now it's families. Their child was born here. Now you're going to send them over to a country they know nothing about. So that's my thing, man. So what it all boils down to, why I even, doing the live is, I'm talking about President Trump and all that he's doing. Trump, Elon Musk, J.D. Vance, even Marco Rubio. And it's crazy that Marco Rubio can sit up under Trump. If y'all remember some years back, man, what do you call him, little Rubio? Trump was very disrespectful, not only to Marco Rubio, but he was disrespectful to Marco Rubio's wife. But now you sitting up under this man? That's crazy. That's real crazy. Same stuff they used to do to us. Listen, powerful. Powerful. That's the same thing they used to do to us, ask for papers. And listen, man, I'm going to just throw this on. I ain't even going to go deep into it. Because I study Black history. There's been incidents where people who have bought their freedom, got their paper, the mob that's looking for a runaway slave, they didn't care if it was a free slave who got his paper. Man, sometimes they would send him back to slavery. That paper would be no good. They would tear that paper up, and them people got to figure out another way to get out of slavery. Good point, though, man. Ooh, Zelensky is the Listen, somebody says Zelensky is the real man. That's facts. That man stood his ground, and he knew he needed help from the United States, but he wasn't going to sit there and let y'all disrespect him and big boy him like that. He wasn't going for that. Somebody said Trump put Zelensky in his place. I don't think so. I don't. We saw the same fight, but I don't know. My man caught him with an uppercut and a hook. He caught Trump and J.D. Vance at the same time. So I don't know about that. He didn't put him in his place. It said, I don't sell my citizenship free. Respect FBA efforts. Listen, EC. I didn't look at it like Zelensky came here and dissed us. No, he was invited here, and it was like we ambushed him. And President Trump got his hand all in his face. That was disrespectful, man. Be honest. They disrespected that man. They really disrespected Zelensky. You say if you can't beat him, you might as well join him. Okay. Read the 14th Amendment. Okay. Paul said, MAGA back in business. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. So, MAGA, Paul, whoever, y'all would ride off a cliff with this man? That's where y'all at with it? Knowing how he destroying this country, are y'all willing to ride off the cliff for this country? Or will y'all eventually wake up and say, nah, man, our American federal workers, our VA, our American citizens deserve better? Are y'all willing to do that? Or y'all gonna continue to ride off the cliff with President Trump in the name of MAGA? We won. Talk to me, man. Start at home first. Parents should stop lying to their children. Okay. Yeah, Scott, you said there was blacks. There was a few, but the brutality of slavery, we know the story, man. It was beautiful. It was brutal. Some movies we paint this pretty picture. It was this and that. I got a good master and all that. It was brutal, man. It said when the war started, he wouldn't let African families into the. I saw that video. I saw that. But yet and still, the way Trump is doing that's a violation. Now you want to withhold money. It's like Trump is a big kid, man. I'm gonna hold money. I'm gonna hold intelligence. This ain't the time for that, man. If that was already in place, let that go. But you want, you got embarrassed when you try to bully that man in the White House, and now you say you want to hold this or hold that. That ain't cool. You got to be careful. Listen, man, y'all have been the best in the chat. Y'all have been the best. We got a lot of game. On the playback, y'all got to go back and peep some of this game that people said far as investing your money, spending wisely, knowing the difference between your wants and your needs. Listen, man, y'all gave some good game up. Y'all gave up some good game. We appreciate that. But I got off of Trump. I was supposed to tear into Trump today, but y'all gave some good game. I appreciate that. And we're not all going to agree on the same thing, on everything. We're not supposed to. But one thing I noticed about Trump don't have people around him that disagree. You cannot disagree with Trump. He not playing that. He don't play the radio. You go against him, he coming back at you. That's really not presidential, man. That's really not presidential. I ain't gonna hold you. I know y'all got stuff to do. Let me check. Anybody got some? So proud of black men a lot voted for Trump. Paul, hey Paul, 80% didn't vote for Trump. 80% of black men did not vote for him. 92% of black women did not vote for him. So don't say a lot. It is not a lot that voted for him. It's some of the ones that wanted to be in the in crowd that voted for him. Don't say a lot of black men. That's not the truth. Local Mexican, my son loves you. His name is Ben Dover. Can he get a shout out, please? Shout out. Listen, man. Shout out to my man, Ben Dover. That's real. It's Ben Dover, right? I want to shout out my man's son. Shout out, shout out, shout out. I appreciate you appreciating me, man. That's from Local Mexican. You talking about what is this the new Black Lives Matter? Is the new Black Lives MAGA? Paul, cut that out, man. France in the house. Titan, I think that's Titan or Titani. France here. What's up? Local Mexican, I just gave your son Ben a shout out, man. Let him know I appreciate him. I ask that he continue to watch and support, man. Much respect to you and him. And thank you for getting on. Pele, you need to go to another chat. Okay. Paul say identify as non-Biden. Okay. That's you're right. Washington, you said yes, he was disrespectful to him, but he was trying to keep on playing no games with him. Oh, he was letting, okay. Talk, he left the line. Quovan, I didn't vote at all. I can't stand this country. But this is where we live at, man. This is where we at. I feel you, Quovan. Shout out. But if you want to make a difference, you got to vote. Your one vote may make a difference, man. And Washington didn't vote. You said my grandfather actually fought in war. Okay, that's what's up. Washington fought in war. Got you. Washington said, I'm Trumpet team all day. Okay. North Carolina, what's happening? Scott, you from North Carolina. Quavon, yeah, being black in America is rough. But we ain't crying. We want that smoke. We gonna do it. You know, hopefully the Most High will guide us and protect us, you know. Yeah, I say, yeah, it's rough here in America. Most definite. In Europe, we got the message from Trump. Nothing good to expect from America for the next 4 years. That's Titan. Yeah, that's true, man. This is not just in our country, y'all. Y'all hear that? Say in Europe. I think they said they was from France. Nothing good for the next 4 years. EC said he don't trust anybody but family. Washington said she don't trust nobody but God. Said, well, well, Trump didn't get you yet. John, he ain't gonna get me, man. He ain't gonna get me at all. Democrats, they eating. Okay. I can't even repeat that, man. Paul, I can't even repeat that garbage you talking about. Titan said they grew up in France surrounded by Canadian military cemeteries. We know what war is. Minnesota hates walls. Okay. Okay. You got that right. Hey, Paul, listen, man, let me remind you, don't disrespect my black queens, man. You calling all that name. Her name is Kamala Harris. She's a black intelligent queen. Cut that out, man. Time to shape up or ship out. Democrats still don't know why they lost. Okay. Wake up, people. It's all about separation, politics, religion, race, borders. Now, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. I appreciate that, Scott. Man, I appreciate all y'all. Listen, I'm going to give y'all, if y'all got any closing statements, go ahead and say it because I'm about to wrap it up. But, man, okay, I'll let Biden say, Kamala, you ain't black. Make Kamala Indian. Okay, how you going to tell somebody what they are? One individual can be multiple things. I'm part Jamaican. You said Kamala got daddy issues, so does Candace. Okay, EC. Anybody got any closing remarks before I wrap this live up? Any closing remarks? Kamala and say y'all disrespectful, man. Peace, man. I appreciate y'all. Look for me tomorrow about the same time. I got that smoke for you. I want that smoke. I'm just only speaking from my heart, man. I don't mean no harm. Thank y'all for tuning in. Why Race Matters is all about helping the next individual. Yes, it's about that. Who said that? Was Scott. That's what it's about. But listen, man, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. We're going to continue this tomorrow, man. Until next time, man. Okay, first of all, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Until next time, man, y'all be safe out there. Peace.